We call that our first pillar. And then the second pillar is that our skeletal structure holds us up. We don't really have to do a lot of work to hold us up, but we do want our body to be, especially the upper body, to be erect but not stiff. And then in a kind of spiritual physiology in Tibetan Buddhist practice, there's a sense that there is a subtle channel made of light, blue light. There's a channel running right in front of the spine. It's called the central channel. And that's considered to be another pillar of support. It's just a straight channel running from about 4 fingers below our navel to our crown. It's very, very significant spiritually. We may or may not have some sense of it. Most of us don't have a sense of it coming from our culture. But it is considered to be innate and part of our heritage. And it's bright blue, transparent, made of light, blue channel that helps with our life and our spiritual functioning. So that's a third channel. So with meditation on the breathing, it's a cultivation of attention. We are mindful of the breath. We can do that with the breath coming into our nostrils, the touch of the breath at the nostrils. Some people like to follow the breath, the energy of the breath coming into the body. And another place where we can follow the breath is at a spot 3 or 4 finger widths below the navel and 3 or 4 finger widths within from the surface of the skin. This is considered sacred. In most of our traditions of the spiritual world. In China, it's called the Dongtian. In Japanese Zen, it's the Hara. In Sufi practice, it's called the Kath. And if it's comfortable for you, we just can be aware of the process of the breath, 3 finger widths below the navel, and 3 or 4 finger widths in from the skin. There may be some sensations as you're breathing down there. Whatever they are, we just track those sensations and just be with them. Now, most of us have a lot of zippity-doo-dah going on in our minds, and we're not trying to get into a fight or a war with that zippity-doo-dah. Sometimes people call it chit-chat mind, a monkey mind, an ordinary mind. You know, what are we going to do after this meditation? I've got some shopping to do. I did shopping yesterday. I had this conversation. I have a conversation coming up. I'm planning a meeting on Monday. We all know what that's like. We all live there. With our meditation on the breathing, we focus on the breath. And if that chatter is occurring in the background, it's fine. Or feelings may be coming up, fine. We're not going to pay attention to them. We're really just letting them be in the background, and we're really orienting towards what our focus is. If you notice that you get completely lost, then when you notice that you've been lost, bring your attention back. Sometimes people like to just do a little reminder, thinking, that they got lost in a thought process, thinking, and we bring our attention back to the breathing. So it's simple. We focus the nose, the process of the breath, or at the do, 3 or 4 finger widths below the navel, 3 or 4 finger widths from the skin. The process and the experience of breathing. We really want to settle into the process, not just kind of observing it from a distance, but actually settle into the process to the point where that is the totality of your existence. Just that experience of those sensations, whether they be at your nostrils, at the whole length of your breath, or at the do, 3 or 4 finger widths below the navel, 3 or 4 finger widths within from the skin. As I say, if the thoughts are occurring, just let them occur. If you get completely lost, maybe a mental note, thinking, and bring yourself back. Don't beat yourself up, don't evaluate yourself, it's just you're human, you're normal. And we start again. And we'll do the meditation on the breath for about 10 minutes, and then we'll do the hung practice, where we'll just chant the syllable hung, uniting breath and mind and attention to the chanting of it and to the hearing of it. We're getting completely immersed in that process. With your eyes can be closed, or if they're open, soft focus, looking down about maybe 3 feet away from you, but not focusing 3 feet, just that's where they're kind of oriented, but just soft focus, just open enough so that some light comes in. Or if you like, you can have your eyes closed. We'll now start chanting Hung. We say it twice at our own pace, but we say it with some vigor and some robustness. And we're placing our mind and our breath and our attention all in this sacred syllable, which is considered to be the mind of the enlightened ones. The syllable which embodies the mind of enlightenment. If thoughts come and go, thoughts are coming and going, or feelings arising, or images, just let them pass through your mind like space. We're focusing on chanting the breath in union with the mind, with the sound. Vocalizing and hearing are all in unison. Om, om. Everybody at their own pace. Om, We return to meditating on the breath and allow the silence to envelop us. So we're going to just take a brief pause here for a second. We have a book of names. Where is the book right now? So at the end, we feel we've done something virtuous, and we've done it collectively, so we can pass it around. What we do is we put people's names in this book, people who are ill, who we feel might benefit from our thoughts, our wishes, our prayers. We dedicate the virtue of our activities together to the benefit of those who've recently passed, those who are ill, those who we feel who might benefit from such a wish. Conclude friends, relatives, unknowns, people from the news, and or pets. I think that covers it. We have a lot of new people here today I want to acknowledge. And because of that, I don't know if there are any questions that people have of what we've done together. Questions about the practice, meditation, how to do it, what to do at home, anything whatsoever, online or in person. Anything to report about how that was? How the meditation was so far? Don't be bashful. Yeah. We've got a microphone so everybody can hear.
The frequency of everybody humming together, it's gonna make me cry right now, but just beautiful. Just so connected.
Oh,
Yeah.
sweet.
Yeah,
Lovely.
so thank you for facilitating that for us.
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing your
Yeah.
response.
Sure.
It's very touching.
Yeah.
Yes.
I find that the mantra part really kind of takes me out of the meditation. Do you have any recommendations for how to do that more effectively so that you don't get knocked out of the state you're in when you're doing it silently?
So what is the quality of being knocked out like?
More externally focused, more easily distracted. My mind has more of a tendency to run away and think about other things when I'm
Chanting?
chanting. Yes.
Yeah. Well, I don't know that I have a particular something to say aside from the fact that different meditations affect people differently. And if you're finding that the mindfulness of the breathing tends to really settle you, wonderful. And if this is less, we do both. We'll do a little bit of both again. The other thing is just to see if you were to do it over some time, if there'll be a difference in your experience. But I appreciate you're noticing, there's this real difference that this seems to, but this, okay, great. Yeah. You could try seeing how there really are, in a way, at least three different ways you can do something like this kind of mantra would be very, very vigorous, hung, kind of really kind of soft, hung, and then just internally, not even vocalizing, just mentally reciting it. And you might experiment.
Yeah, that's interesting, because when I do stuff like that by myself, I tend to do it silently and internally, and honestly, I kind of always thought of that as cheating, so.
Well, there's actually, 3 ways of reciting mantra identified with the silent manner. There's actually a teaching that the silent manner is the most effective.
Oh, okay. Interesting. Thank you.
Yeah, so it's not, whatever it is, it ain't cheating. Now, it could be cheating if somehow the instructions were, to kind of recite it even quietly, but recite it so that you hear it. But actually, silent recitation is very powerful. Any other questions or observations? Okay, so we'll do another round, as it were. Do we have food today for people? Okay, so it's first Sunday. We will have food for everybody. I hope everybody. So we'll do our meditation. We'll have some concluding prayers with the book, and some announcements. Yeah. Okay, so again, let's resume mindfulness of the breathing. We let the silence envelop us externally and internally. we resume chanting Hong, Hong at our own pace and our own volume. Hong, 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 Hong. And just allow yourself to settle into your own true nature as it is right now, without any effort, just allowing yourself to be, without center or periphery. There may be thoughts, there may be feelings, there may be plannings, there may be speediness, there might be quiet, there might be things that seem unidentifiable. Just take a few moments to allow the experience of our meditation together to permeate space together, our bodies, our minds. You're not trying to do anything. Just let yourself be at ease. So Sarah, can we have the dedication and the blessing? Dedication first. Not that one. Dedication. That's it. One back. By this good may I swiftly once become a great guru, lead all beings, everyone, to reach to that very ground. So that just means we want to become a teacher who can lead people. Not this, then we go to the blessing. Yes. With all of you in mind, we light this lamp of clarity. May the glow of love, wisdom shine within us, everyone, till we all rise forth born in one enlightened mandala. And today, along with all sentient beings throughout space, we dedicate our merit to Aspen, Camachos, Gina, Louie, Monica, Betha, John and Karen, Mike and Alice, Bishop, Jean, Wally and the Bardo, Gustavo, Junebug, Brianna, Hector, Avery, Mila, Juan and Dora, Femia's mom, Kendall, Bobby and Melissa, James, Tlalok, Nambo, Ed Fusilier, Karen, Asher, Julia, Cecilia, Lamas, Ann and Harvey, Simone, Margaret, Rob, Tony, Sophie, Robbie, JJ, Albright, Pete, Elsa, Craig, Cancer, Shirley T, William, Aurora, Astrid, Aaron, Angel, Minerva, Jose, Ari, Daniel, Marco, Carly and Roxy, Omar, Juan and Gloria, Riley, Alexander, Andrew, Josette, Michelle Hunter, Rosalie Hyde, Westlake, Wells Westlake, Stephanie Cleary, and Annie P. So we conclude with imagining a circle of light in our heart with an ah at the center of it, which again is kind of a symbol of our ultimate nature, beneficent, wise. Announcements. So we have classes on first and third Tuesdays. And this coming Tuesday, we'll be starting a new series that will be for the summer, but also will connect into the fall, where we'll really going back to basics in a way. We'll be talking about basic Buddhist concepts and teachings that are useful for developing wisdom and compassion and a better understanding of our true nature. It will start off with actually some conversation about some of our teachers in Tibet, the lineage of our teachers in Tibet, who they were and what kind of educational system they started for really allowing us to get to know ourselves in some new and different ways that may be helpful. If you're interested in Buddhism and Tibetan Buddhism and kind of the really significant understanding which can contribute to spiritual development, I encourage participation in these first and third Tuesdays coming up in the summer and in the fall. It's actually kind of, it's basic material, but it's interesting. A lot of our advanced students don't actually have this kind of basic granular level of Buddhist vocabulary and Buddhist understanding available to them. It's not necessarily material we've been publicly been sharing that much. So if you're really interested in kind of getting in on the ground floor, this is a wonderful opportunity, and I invite you. It's open to members for free, and there's a per class basis. Other than that, on June 29th, we'll be participating in the Pride Parade. So anybody who's interested, I'm sure our newsletters will be providing information. That should be a fun, if hot event, unfortunately, Houston, Texas. We have some retreats coming up in the fall, which we'll wait for announcing later on in the summer. Is there anything else that I missed, Sarah? Yeah, the big thing is the coming classes on first and third Tuesdays. But then we have lunch. Okay, well, welcome everybody. I'll try to meet everybody. I won't remember your names for very long, but I'll try to meet you at least. Welcome, and keep coming back. And please stay for lunch.